run things and whatnot, but on this kind of a scale, I think it is always going to be difficult to run a tournament, and the first couple of days can be somewhat of a challenge for sure.
I mean, the sheer amount of players that are on site right now as well, right? Because not only is the Asian RMR kicking off, but you've got the Americas RMR starting today as well. So you've got all of the Americas teams there, like ready to kick it off. You've got all of the Asian teams battling for their tournament lifeline. So, yeah, there's a lot of spinning plates for sure. Either way, we are going to be kicking this one off. It's Alter Ego starting on the T side. Lynn Vision Gaming on that CT. They looked pretty handily in those pistol rounds yesterday, but of course, going up against the Mongols, it was always going to be an uphill battle. Are they going to be able to convert these rounds early on? And dear Lord, mid-control has been completely lost. Lynn Vision have just let them getting full CT control, and Dobu is going to be the first one to fall.
Yeah, it's a very similar approach to the pistol yesterday, by the way, so I think that Lynn Vision have watched and have indeed learned. 2-on-2, though, making it work a little bit better here, the Alter Ego side of things. No 9-10 in their way to find a quick two-piece, and Bentet, that is the big frag. Down to just Westmelon here. He's now been spotted out. I don't know that he's really going to be able to work his way in. I think there's a kit dropped on the site itself, but surely now that he has been found, he's going to really struggle to make this work. But a clean kill onto Bentet brings it down to the 1v1. Where's he looking? Where is this final player? Doesn't rightly know. Not got a lot of time to work with, and well, Shine's played it very, very well, hidden super far back. Kit has been retrieved. Smoke is a little desperate, but I think Shine's got this one in the bag. Just play that time and finds the head for good measure. Alter Ego will kick things off.
Yeah, came down to the IGLs in that one. Alter Ego do manage to find that round. Yeah, it was a not so hard there from Sign. I mean, him just locking up in the corner and being like, no, I'm going to wait on you. Potentially seeing the kit drop on the floor as well, knowing that, okay, this is going to be the only chance to have in the round. I think if that smoke was covering onto the bomb a little bit more, he might have just jumped on and stuck it, but you need to clear that CT angle and just hold it off just in case. The complete lack of information there from Lynn Vision did not work out in their favour. Buy up here from Alter Ego, and we're seeing absolutely nothing here from the CT side other than a 5-man commitment over towards that A-bomb site. Bentet's going to be the only person holding ready, potentially waiting for this, and well, if he goes for a swing, his rifle out, it could go very wrong. But AK in tow, here's the steps, does get overwhelmed by Westmelon. That is going to be one of the two AKs, or one of the only AKs, sorry, recovered for the CT side. 2 Galils and 2 MAC-10s remaining. Alter Ego just looking to bolster up that economy a little bit more and potentially grab that AK back into their own hands.
Yeah, kind of a big deal, I think, finding that AK. In the same vein, Alter Ego do not want to lose any more players. So, yeah, Lynn Vision should be able to get away with that AK, and Alter Ego going to have to watch themselves ever so slightly. Just the little things, isn't it? You know, that AK isolated by itself. As now there is potential for the damage, you know? It's scary stuff now.
I almost would have liked Bentet to just fully commit onto that angle as well. Like, we saw him jiggle peek the first, find that open kill, and just get completely... Like, it's evident that there's going to be more bodies there if you've seen no information towards B and you spot out at least 2. So just go for the swing. Hold down left mouse click and just see who you can span down, because even if you find 2 there, then it's a little bit more of economic damage over towards that CT side, a bit of kill bonus as well, but... does only get 1 for his troubles and, well, is now down onto that lowly Galil. Util to boot across the board for Alter Ego, though. Lynn Vision going to be repaying it back in kind as well, as they bought up the rifles. Let's find that first CT round. A lot of early util to be able to hold off and stave this push on to that B-bomb site. Dobu is doing the first base, but they're going to see flying in the corner, taken down. Spam from Zaka. He's not going to be good for any of them. It's Westmelon who has to pick up the pieces there, taking down Dobu and Zine. Has to fall back as he's low on HP and low on bullets in the mag. Bomb does get planted. In this 3 versus 3, it's a pretty decent post-fight setup for them as well.
Yeah, I like where they're at for sure. Alter Ego. Oh, swinging in. It's Freeman to find the 2-piece. Very well timed. And unfortunately for Lynn Vision, they try and make the play, trying to get themselves into this map, but it just falls flat there, moving through the smoke. I think they probably had to save. When that smoke goes down, it feels, you know, not very nice, I suppose, is a good way of putting it. a safe way of putting it, but you do just have to kind of stomach it from time to time on the Lynn Vision side, unfortunately.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah.
It's been a bit of a one-man show on Lynn Vision right now. You got Zaka flying on 0 frags, Fufu on 1, and Westmelon on 5. The primary fragger and leading from the front from an IGL perspective as well. Amelia also joining them on the single fragging department. So a little more work needed here from Lynn Vision, but of course the economy has not been really in their favour for most of these rounds. That previous one was the first one when we had a real buy, and well, honestly, it went worse than their force buys.
Okay, let's see. There's a bit of something to work with into this round for Lynn Vision. Can they make anything of it? Amelia going to eat so many nades and will be left pretty low, even lower now. Taking a MAC-10 bullet as well, but no early kill quite yet from Alter Ego. I think they themselves are also tentative. You know, these are the types of rounds where a team that potentially has just run at their opponent to kick the tournament off now is like, well, we're sort of in the lead. We have to be able to play from that controlling position, and they're not quite familiar with it, so just taking it slowly.
Not looking to overextend here. They recognise what sort of position they're in, right? They know that they've got the economic advantage here. That's why we're seeing Dobu go onto that MAC-10 just to be able to bolster up some of that economy. Knows that head armor probably hasn't been afforded on most of these players, and well, he's made the right call. That's the only person with it. Of course, saved the previous round along with that M4. Might be able to get ahead of that Molotov inside of mid and cause some drama inside of Donut, but he's been hurting. He does manage to find Dope, but a swing out onto this A-bomb site. Ventet finding one, Fufu and flying with the pistols doing work. Shine now in a 1 versus 4, AK in tow. This is the perfect round for Lynn Vision to be able to get them back into this game. With Zyme being dropped down even further, these USPSs can do some damage, but it's actually the rifles recovered from a Fufu that manages to find that final kill, and Lynn Vision get themselves on the board. A nice setup there, much more regimented from this CT side. Honestly, more of what we expected from them in these first five.
Really well played. I mean, you could kind of feel the vibe going into that round, I think, was slightly off from Alter Ego. Just such a thing, I suppose, as too much respect. Maybe not even respect, though, just sort of like doubt in themselves. And yeah, Lynn Vision are going to capitalize on that. They can smell the fear. And a really, really nice find from them. A massive boost to their game. We'll see if they can, well, convert things. And before even, you know, setting up the round massively, it's a burst forwards here from Alter Ego towards the B bomb site. Good number of bodies here for Lynn Vision as they will try and hold things down, but it's actually going south. I figured they'd be in such a good spot to stop them rolling in, but not the case at all. The AWP is here a little earlier than they expect, however. He drops 2, including the bomb. Freeman continues being a nuisance, pushing in, looking for those lurk plays, and it is all down to a Fufu who's been spotted. Freeman takes him easily, and a brilliant few rounds this guy is having when it matters.
The first 2 frags on the board there for Zaka, and they were influential, but maybe if he finds a third there, this round is completely different. Lynn Vision, it looked like the retake was clean, but Alter Ego just ready, prepped for it. Akit didn't manage to find a frag with the AWP, and this is something that I think is going to be quite important for him. Finding and building up that confidence a bit with the AWP. We know he's their primary author, but yesterday, honestly, dreadful showing against the Mongols. We need to see more from him. And if he can get started early on here, then maybe we see a different side to him. Maybe. See some flourishes of greatness with that weapon in tow, but none to be found as of yet. So force buy here for Lynn Vision. Zaka once again on the AWP. See if he can make anything stick. It's a pretty respectful setup here from Lynn Vision. This 3-man stack towards A, and now they're beginning their rotation into mid as well, completely giving up that B bomb site. Potentially a very good read here. The back of Westmelon. Ventet just holding, waiting for the util to be able to expunge onto the bomb site. He's going to be playing entry here with the AK as well. Molly goes in, and just ahead of it is a Fufu. Going to start burning away, down 17 HP, and does get traded out straight away by Zyme. And now with the bomb being planted, Dobo on the back lines as well isn't going to be able to find anything. Lynn Vision got to make a retake stick once again, but it looks like the calls would have been made to save Scriv. It's over and done with once again before the round even really started in the retake.
Yeah, just spotted out on the backside, really. Yes, Dobu goes down, but he sees them for his teammates, spotting at least 2 there, I believe. So, yeah, it's enough information that Lynn Vision just do not fancy their chances. Alter Ego looking pretty legit here. Some very, very nice rounds. Really well put together. Sort of the scaling into the bomb sites is very, very gradual, not rushed at all. They seem to have capabilities on either side of the map as well, which is a pretty big deal. And Lynn Vision are struggling to just make themselves known. I think this is a really similar repeat to the game against DRILLAS as well, that they didn't quite get themselves going until it was perhaps too late. Need to wake up against Alter Ego here. I think we're in timeout territory, to be honest. Yes, they're having saves and stuff like this, so there's a bit more time to like talk things over for the next round, but I think they do need to take some time, especially if this one doesn't work out. It is most certainly a timeout required.
What we called out yesterday as well is that their CT side was certainly lacking against DRILLAS. I don't know if it was the B-bomb site that was their problem or the A-bomb site, but something just wasn't clicking. Sure, they were able to string together those first 3 rounds, but after that, it was the drillers in the driver's seat. A bit of a different change of pace here from Lynn Vision. A bit more an aggressive stance towards this B-bomb site, and that's what I like to see. Westmelon position going to be revealed as he begins spamming for his focus after finding one, with Westmelon picking up one of his own as well, with the spam onto Dobu. Bentep with the trade, but to open up this A-bomb site once again. And this is something we've been seeing just completely abused round after round now, is there's no aggressive hold on this A-bomb site. We're seeing Alter Ego almost gain it completely for free once they find that opening pick, but Amelia all the way from CT is looking to change that. Swings on through, but it's Westmelon from Donut who managed to find that final kill. It's a great retake, but they keep putting themselves in these really awkward positions. I need to be seeing more of them actually holding, committing to this A-bomb site instead of just this solo lurking player who just fades away in the first few seconds of the round.
Yes, indeed. I think, you know, things looking good ultimately. Unfortunately, I think we've had a little bit of a dropout in the game there. So back to us for a moment while we get that one sorted. But, you know, there's worse times to drop out, I suppose. The round was over. We knew which way it was going to go. I think Lynn Vision, one of the things that they do have to step up with, I think you're kind of hitting the nail on the head with it, really, is the fact that they have to up the defense, have to lean into those individuals and a couple of those fraggers that we know that they have. Alter Ego at the moment playing like they are that better side, you know, the firepower is on their side, and sometimes you're going to start to believe it. And Lynn Vision, again, there's a lot of conversation around wherever they kind of look, it's like, oh, well, they're missing a star rifler, they're missing someone to join Zaka, and maybe it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy if they're not careful. So that certainly feels like part of the approach, the wrong approach at the moment that they have in the early stage of this game, but hopefully things can pick up, because that round was a good example of those names getting involved a little bit and taking over the round.
I just think it comes always at that one step, that one beat too late at this current moment, right? Because I understand that, yes, great, the retake was nice from Lynn Vision, but allowing it to get to that point where it's, oh, we've been completely smoked off and we have to push through smokes in CT and through Donut for us to be able to have an opportunity to be able to retake this A-bomb site is like, guys, you can be locking down this site. It's been round after round at this point. The Alter Ego are probing and kind of testing you here, and you've not really risen to the challenge. I would love to see maybe this two-man setup over on A, but being a little more forward. Hold it towards Big Box, and maybe someone a little bit more aggressive in Donut as well, with someone inside a red room, just bolstering that up a little bit more, because B-bomb sites seem to be a little bit of a lock at this point. You don't need to be concerned about that. You've got your two-man hold, but yeah, just sort out your A site, lads. Like this is where you're getting punished right now. So almost a blessing and a curse that this timeout tactical gets called. Maybe they can reset their mental just a little bit. And Lynn Vision, hopefully looking to get back into this one and pull forward ahead of Alter Ego. But only time will tell.
Well, indeed, yeah. I think that, you know, kind of on your point of like the A bomb site, it does seem like Lynn Vision are trying to find the balance at the moment. The A site tends to be a very retakeable bomb site, and I think that that's potentially indeed what they're going for. But yeah, you have to find this balance of having a presence and not giving them too much space, or even that it's like they take the bomb site, fully concede, and then you can fully retake. I think we've seen them catch themselves a little bit in between two minds of like, are we stepping off or are we fighting for control, and not everybody on the same page, which again is a spillover from that game against DRILLAS. It felt like not everybody was on the same page. So I think they kind of have to come together again quicker than they did yesterday. Maybe it is a map dependent thing, but I think that for me and what I've seen of Lynn Vision over the years, even with some of these players, is the fact that sometimes they can just be a couple beats off and they have it in them, but they're maybe a bit lazy, right, to bring it out, which is fine in your domestic competition in the league and whatnot. When you're towards that top end pretty consistently, you're kind of a shoe-in to qualify for the playoffs. But if you want to be making the major here, I think you need to be on that sharp game round after round after round, which is a lot to ask, but that is the high-level competition we're playing at.
Yeah, this isn't your regional ECL group stages. This is, hey, by the way, if you lose this best of 3, you're out of the major cycle. There's a lot more on the line here than, oh, we can make it to playoffs. It's, yeah, you can make it to playoffs of a bloody major in Shanghai. Like, it's the level's a little bit higher here, right? And I would love to see Lynn Vision kind of dig a little bit deeper into the strat book of, hey, we've been a team for 5 months together now, and they're going up against, yes, like quite experienced players on Alter Ego, but they're not experienced together. This Dobu has just been added to this roster seemingly randomly off the back of Atox, who's been playing and pracking with a completely separate team for quite a while at this point. We cut back into the game, and it looks like a couple of rounds have passed since that. Lynn Vision up a couple, and well, while they are going to be fading away and losing this round against Alter Ego, yeah, they've clawed it back a little bit. It's 6-4 as of right now. We are trying to fix the true overlay. I think we're going to be audioless for a couple of rounds, but for the time being, you can listen to us yap. Oh, there we go, fixed. Second I call it out, problem solved.
Lovely stuff. But yes, obviously some struggles here, just I think with the layers of obscurity in terms of the connections and whatnot. So, you know, apologies about that. A few rounds missed out. Lynn Vision obviously closing the gap. But we check back in at an interesting point because Alter Ego have managed to sort themselves out and retain their lead at the big moment here. Amelia pretty damn blinding towards mid, as is Afufu. Bentet with the 2-piece. That's gone horribly, horribly wrong. And thus, Alter Ego looking pretty damn good once again. A bomb site should be right for the taking here. Zachary is around, so you've just got to keep your eyes on him. But ultimately, numbers looking very, very good here for the T side.
Yeah, Nate goes in CT to be able to clear that smoke, but Bentet doesn't seem to be too worried about it. Spamming on through, allowing his position to be revealed, but knows there's someone lurking back there. There's a monster in the cupboard and is about to start jumping onto the bomb site. This time, though, Aid Kit comes out on top in the York for York battle. Finally activating, coming alive, and leaving flying the remaining CT lonely player into the server in a 1 versus 4. Economy is not looking too great for this CT side, so could actually see an argument where he saves here, but completely sideswiped by the over-aggressive Dobu. Works out in that Alter Ego favor as they take a 7th, moving in to the end of the first half. They're looking to push as deep as they can if they can get this 8-4 scoreline and then continue this momentum at the beginning of the CT side. Alter Ego looking to take this game almost as quick as we began it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, really, really excited for how things are going to pan out here. Another play towards middle Bentet. Only one for him this time, but I think he'll still be happy with that. Nades come in. However, they're faking things out, really. Trying to draw presence away from A once again. Alter Ego. They're enjoying the A-bomb site. Lynn Vision maybe not so much. And yeah, it continues being a pain point. And I think we have a little bit of like while it's working, we go A, and then they've lost a couple of rounds here or there. They've gone back to B. They'll win that one out.
Ooh.
However, Flying catches them, pants down. That is not a pretty sight at all, but Flying capitalizing massively, looking to keep this round going.
Finding 2 of his 3 kills in this round. He's been slow to get started, but if he can clutch this one out, find these 2 remaining players, I think all can be forgiven. A swing there from Zine as he picks up Amelia. A-Kit needs to find this shot, hits on one, but does just run out of time. Flying sticks it and finds that 5th round for Lynn Vision. Drawing it a little bit closer now, but these rounds, once again, coming down to this retake, almost needing to be perfect. And honestly, for Lynn Vision, they were. They were very clean retakes that we were seeing over on this A-bomb site. But as we were kind of harking on about, it's the preamble before that point. It's the, okay, what sort of position are we in for us to be able to get to this retake? Is it a 4vx? Is it a 3vx, for crying out loud? Which was a time and time again structure that we were seeing. Well, Envision just having to save. Either way, we don't have to be asking those questions for too much longer as we swap over sides. Envision going to be taking the T and Alter Ego on the CT. Momentum still firmly with Alter Ego at this point. Yeah, just a big long E-hold by Flying there. He's like, I'm just going to hold this. I'm just going to win the round. For the love of God, don't swing me, please.
Pretty big do or die moment here, it feels like, for Lynn Vision, Cody. They have to pick up where they left off. Alter Ego with a slim lead. Their map pick, of course, and it does seem to be a map that they have worked on pretty heavily. I do really worry about the Dust2, you know, even before the Dobu era, if we can call it that. They weren't really much of a Dust2 team, so yeah, Lynn Vision should be able to take them to town on that one. Having a map in hand will definitely help. Freeman has had a pretty quiet finish to that first half, but an explosive start into the second here with that headshot. Meanwhile, they have pumped the brakes here. Lynn Vision just holding off, not wanting to lose anybody else, trying to bait Alter Ego out a little.
Yeah, Smoke's almost forcing that as well, right? They've blocked off the 2 main sight lines. Really want to be taking a long-range fight against these USPs, if you can. Ventet has read this quite well. Just be able to get that red ring control. Not going to be able to deal any chip damage or take down anyone as they begin their rotate towards this A-bomb site. Zine holding onto this A-bomb site solo right now. Does manage to find the fellow IGO of Westman. The long-range tap from Freeman does take down Flying. And now everyone else going to begin activating from that CT side as well. Ventet and Freeman finding frags of their own to take Alter Ego into an 8th round. They are commanding this one so far. Lynn Vision, in that game yesterday, their T side was substantially better than their CT. Their playbook clearly deeper in that aspect. But it took them way too long for them to be able to come back into it. And we're seeing almost a replay of that map yesterday, where it wasn't until their opponents were pushing double digits that they were like, okay, we have a strat and we're just going to be able to get back into this game now. But at that point, it was too little too late. They need to start winning rounds now. I think if Alter Ego get to double digits before Lynn Vision get to maybe 8, this game, this map, might be all said and done.
Yeah, no, you are right. You are right. So Lynn Vision not making life easy for themselves thus far. The Asia-Pacific RMR. Shine up high, ready and waiting for the action to come his way, but they are not moving a muscle right now. Lynn Vision hoping that they have the action come their way. So, you know, there's going to come an impasse at some point. The T side will have to get moving to make this round possible, but, you know, with nothing brought up, you don't really expect anything out from them. Maybe even just one kill would be quite good for them. Shine on the aggressive angle. It's all a bait and switch and money being made. 4-piece for him, in fact, on the hunt for the ace now.
A-Kit needs those frags. He's not going to let his fellow teammate find the ace. Needs to bolster it up a little bit. Been a little bit of a lost unit in this game. We were talking about him struggling to really make an impact in the game yesterday. Playing these angles which haven't really given him the opportunity to be able to shine as much as we would have liked to see him do on that T side. Maybe the CT is going to change that. Pretty bog standard setup here. Shine, however, though, dear lord, that is aggressive. Potentially a misread on the economy as well, because he just fully ran into 5 players, all toting AKs. Mollies and UT are going to be thrown onto this bomb site, shutting out the CTs, and Bentet, up close and personal with his MP9, is looking to deal some damage with the high rate of fire weapon. Freeman with the M4, jump around the corner for Bentet, both finding frags. Westmoreland trades them both out though. Dobu and A-Kit now in this 2 versus 2. HP advantage, well there goes that. A-Kit just needs a couple of bullets through the smoke to be able to deal some damage. The angle's simply not there. Can the T's ensure that this round does not slip away from them? A-Kit needs to clear every single angle known to man, but looks like he's gambling incorrectly at this point, as main is where the T's remain, and they all fade away from the bomb site. It is going to be another round on the board here for Lynn Vision. Great push from them, but with a misread, I would say, from Alter Ego. We saw that very aggressive push from Shine. We look at him, he's up close and personal, famous of all things. It's definitely not where you want to be. Caught with your trousers firmly around your ankles. And he does get punished for such escapade. 9-6, your current scoreline.
Yeah, I think he certainly expected more of a B play. Yeah, no. It's a little unfortunate. Maybe go for that kind of thing if you had some more support to just slow them down, but obviously there was no one left on the site is the big problem.
I think he was the only person there, wasn't he? Just him on the A-bombs, that was it.
Yep. So, not the best. We got the B-rush coming in. Westmoreland to open things up. Dobu is close with the MP9 here, but only one from him. Obviously not going to be enough. It really all does come down to what Bentet can do. Only one for him, but Shine's managed to find a kill sort of lurking around at the back there towards lane. So, bring it down to the 2 versus 2. They're trying to isolate the AWP. Easier said than done. Amelia all alone in the clutch situation. Smoke going to dissipate. Not ready at all. Shine's played a really nice round there. You see where that X is just outside a cave. That's where he gets his kill. And instead of following the path, he immediately reset to try and join with his teammates. So very, very well played. A cerebral move from him and potentially a redemption from the choice made in the previous round that potentially ended up costing them. So Alter Ego immediately bouncing back.
So much fragging potential from both of these IGLs. Shine, sitting at 16 frags. Westmoreland at 15 himself. Far ahead of the team surrounding them. We are not going to be seeing a tactical timeout here from Lynn Vision, and this is something that we were touching on yesterday. One thing that you pointed out that you quite like about a lot of the teams that you commentate and you watch is, well, early tactical timeouts, like kind of resetting that mental early doors. Once again, for Lynn Vision, we aren't seeing that, though. We're seeing quite a late timeout. I think it was a similar sort of scoreline yesterday in which they took their first timeout against the DRILLAS. And don't get me wrong, that timeout was influential. The second they took that, that's when they were able to chain together a number of rounds. And, well, if memory serves, off the back of that, they went into a very aggressive A-kit off the back of a similar sort of force. And it caused a hell of a lot of trouble. Let's see if they're going to do the same sort of thing. So far, so good. Might even look for some form of mid-control as well. Bentet is going to be looking to hold them off for as long as possible, though, inside of mid. And does begin fading away to Donut. Here's all of these steps, and here comes the backup. Westmoreland picks up one in the form of Dobu, and now the push continues over towards this A bomb site. Util absolutely everywhere, closing off every angle, every facet of the bomb site, but it's Shine from the backlines. Gonna be able to take down 2, but completely blinded, falls to the wayside of a Fufu's Molotov. The tap through the smoke, simply not going to be enough right now. Bentet, audio cue given up, but they're not going to be able to get off the bomb. Need to just stick it. A Fufu trades it back straight away. Now in this 2 versus 2, go for the bomb plant. And we freeze for a moment.
Yes, I think we might have lost things again, unfortunately. So
I'm going to look at HLTV. I'm going to see if I can
yeah, I
cross around
suppose
from there.
so. Just sort of see see how things pan out. Apologies for that once again, folks. Yeah, it's a little bit of a difficult one, of course, because I think could potentially be a game-winning round for the side of Alter Ego if they take that one. You know, just puts them in such good stead. But we will be left to conjecture, unfortunately. But there you are. Hopefully, not going to be waiting too long before we get back into things.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Oh.
I think we are back into it now. There we go. And it is. Is this the previous round? Wait, did they relocate over towards the B bomb site?
I think we're in. I think they may well have done. Yeah, it looks that way. With a plant as well. So all good. I feel like we are back in. Zach ready on the edge of this smoke, a pretty big smoke, to be honest, to just fully slow them down. You can kind of see Aid Kit panicking and not really sure if they want to go in for this. I don't think they have a kit available. Oh, they do actually, yeah. There has been one retrieved here by Aid Kit, and he will find that trade. Pretty important he did so. Unfortunately, they were in exactly the same position, just slightly further down the bomb site. Unexpected kind of angle there from a Fufu, and Lynn Vision with a round that keeps them alive in this.
Yeah, Fufu did an amazing job over towards that that A bomb site. We might even see glimmers of it here, where Bentet was able to find that opening frag to be able to stop the bomb getting planted, but from that point, did just have to hold those lurking angles, and he did exactly that. Fist bumps across the room. That's what you like to be seeing. We are going to be without game audio while we get this fully fixed, but at least we got the lovely visuals of Counter-Strike on your screen, which is honestly most important bit. Buy here is not great for Alter Ego. I mean, look at it. You've got an MP9 on Bentet. You've got a CZ for crying out loud on Sign, and everyone else in Dobu and Freeman on those upgraded pistols. Same cannot be said for Lynn Vision, though. Off the back of that tactical timeout, not only do they secure the round, but they secure the economic fortitude as well when they have the AKs across the board and only a little bit in their back pocket for future rounds. But if they can convert this one, they're looking in a very good position to be able to chain a number of rounds together.
Yeah, one would expect. But we have seen Lynn Vision kind of struggle in these situations across the course of the tournament thus far. So just got to be careful. Everybody seems to be a little weak against those force buys, or maybe indeed the region strong at them. Whatever the case may be, full respect being shown here. Lynn Vision winding that clock down. Shadow spotted. Bentet knows what's coming. It is a bait and switch setup here. Only one for him. Amelia there with the second kill is kind of the big deal, really. Still got Aid Kit on the Deagle, but he remains alone all of a sudden. Lost his teammates, lost his own life, and Lynn Vision play it very, very well there with the A-hit.
We're seeing almost a carbon copy of yesterday now. That timeout seems in of itself regimented. If we go down to a 10x map deficit, let's say, then we take the timeout, we reposition, we reevaluate how we approach this A bomb site. And A, once again, is going to be the target for Lynn Vision Gaming. They know that from at least a economy standpoint, they're in good stead to try it. We jump forward in time, just a brief couple of seconds, as the bomb goes down on A. This post-plant set up in a 5 versus 5 with absolutely nothing to speak of for Alter Ego, who are hunting ghosts at this point. Flying, though, very much real. As it takes down A-Kit. The backup here from Amelia. Round is all said and done. Even a single frag here for Lynn Vision. Sorry, for Alter Ego would be good. Do manage to find Amelia, but I don't think that they're in a position to be able to recover the AK now. It's getting juggled all the way back. No rifle for you, Dobu and Sign. As Lynn Vision take themselves a 9th.
Yeah. This is where they start to tighten up, though, looking very, very good, and something that they do well because of their experience and because of their sort of international games that they've played against that sort of higher level of competition. Yep. Is performing well under the pressure. I think they perform very well when things get a little tight like this, and yeah, already looking very, very good for me. So Alter Ego, it's now on them, and they will become a little nervy. I think they have to watch themselves and potentially create something in this next round.
It's an important point to mention as well, right, is fact that this Lynn Vision side, at least in recent history, has not looked great, but it's on an international scale. You've seen them inside of Europe for a long time now, playing in CCTs, playing in your pro leagues against tier 1, high tier, tier 2 opposition. Whereas Alter Ego, I want to see who they've been playing against. Like, let's be real. They've been playing domestic scene Counter-Strike for a long time now, and well, hell, they even had a couple of months off to prepare for the RMR. So from an official standpoint, not much to really tote there. Envision, certainly more experienced side, and they are looking to flex all of that experience here and now, digging deep to bring themselves back into this game. And this round is the linchpin for sure. They're set up towards this A-bomb site once again. Util being committed. Shine and Bentet holding on to this A-bomb site with their lives right now. As the Util begins to fizzle on in from this T side, how are Lynn Vision going to execute?
The big question. Aidkit finds a kill in red room there. Lynn Vision pulling away here, but also going back in. So they themselves maybe don't even know how they're fully going to approach things. 3 bodies ready to go on the A-bomb site as well is not a great look. We all saw that angle yesterday. Amelia trying to find the... Oh, top of her head. There it is. At least the information is there. Teammate will use that to his advantage. Bentet traded immediately. The orb not really in position to stop anything, so the bomb will go down. Will they give it a go here on the retake, I suppose, is the big question. Dobu is around on the extremity. It's not bad for the 1v1, but when there's 2 coming at him, no way he's going to win that. So it will be a save for the remaining 2. Then Vision even things up.
Yeah, this is such an important save. Alter Ego's money is completely in tatters at this point. All they have is this AWP and the M4 for potentially the next 2 rounds. When it comes down to how much they want to commit here, I mean, hell, if Zach is able to find even one of these kills, I would even say that the half would be Lynn Vision's, but not to be the case. Aidkit does escape with his life, even though he's on 22 HP. Freeman alongside him as well. A lifeline has presented itself with these 2 weapons, but it's still going to be difficult for Alter Ego to do too much. We're seeing similar sort of fallings here as we saw from Lynn Vision in this retake scenario over towards this A-bomb site. The early aggression is simply not something we're seeing from the CT side. They're allowing their opponents to be able to gain that control. And yes, while you've mentioned a number of times that this A-bomb site is arguably one of the easiest ones to retake due to how many angles there are, it's still something where you wouldn't really want to be put into that position in the first place. In an ideal world, they aren't on the bomb site. They aren't planting the bomb, and you aren't having to retake. You've already solidified yourself as the owners of that area of the map, and it's just not something we're seeing from either of these sides right now. And it's an adjustment maybe I'd like to see. Alter Ego maybe chuck someone in the face over towards A. Have this set up one onto tree for the backup and one over towards big box. Maybe post someone up in mid as well with Bentet and just seeing if he can fight anyone instead of holding back into Donut. It's a force buy here on the remaining players of Bentet, Dobu, and Shine, with an M4 and an AWP to be able to bolster it up. It's 10-10, our scoreline level. Lynn Vision looking to take the lead here in map number 1.
Bro, there's one guy throwing nades on B, and he's drawn all the attention apart from Aidkit. So, you know, you just left this guy out on an island. That's the A-bomb site gone again. They have no visual information to work with and are just playing a really loose game. So another retake going to be required when you're on the lesser weaponry. It's not going to be easy. One of the plays of all time gives Westmelon 2. And Freeman now, kind of that last hope, not going to happen. Dobu too far away from things. But yeah, I kind of see it in this round. You're on the low buy or whatever. But as you sort of talked about, if you're going to buy into things, you do have to have a game plan. For me, both teams, you've got a lack of mid aggression, a lack of lane aggression, and they're just not conditioning anything. You know, they're really playing to the tune of the other team. And unfortunately for Alter Ego, they're right at the tail end of the game now. They cannot afford to let Lynn Vision take control.
It's a nice frag from Dobu, but mistraded straight back from Zaka. I like that you called out the lane aggression exception as well, because this is something that we were highlighting yesterday in that MongolZ game against Alter Ego, that Techno was able to find so much space purely just by being that solo lane player and just being a thorn in the side, both on the CT side and on that T side, and maybe lessons to be learned from both of these two teams on the server right now from the way that he plays that. Have your extremities player locate over there. Be that pain in the arse, essentially, to your opponents and make them have to respect it. As of right now, Alter Ego are respecting absolutely nobody, but way too much. There is never someone over towards lane, and they're always committing at least 2, maybe 3, hell, even 4 players to a B-bomb site that doesn't get presence. This round so far has been the exception. We're finally seeing some aggression here from Lynn Vision over towards B and mid. Zine finally takes a fight, does find a Fufu, but it's traded straight back by Amelia because there's no one else to back them up. This 3-man setup over towards this B bomb site is going to come head-to-head against Freeman and Dobu, who are now already falling off the bomb site off the back of only seeing Amelia inside of mid. They've given up the bomb site once again. Aidkit's this random anomaly that they don't know anything about, but even if he just finds Amelia, he should be coming to his team, and he is. He is now saying, guys, the A bomb site's completely clear. Please do not give up on B as of yet. But now the double backs come on in. Lynn Vision and Amelia ready to deploy on A. Oh my God, Aidkit, how have you missed him? Amelia's looking for someone. He's looking for ghosts. He's hunting down anyone that he can. He rips the head clean off the shoulders of Aidkit, and now the A bomb site's lost. Lynn Vision are in the heads. They're reading the tea leaves. They can see the future of what Alter Ego are going to do. And as of right now, all they can see is victory. It's going to be a 12th round on the board here for Lynn Vision, and Alter Ego have thrown away what was a huge lead.
Unreal. Absolutely unreal. Really just sits together as, you know, a very, very, very telltale kind of round, I think. Lynn Vision are tapping into that higher plane that they're capable of. And yeah, it's very, very clean Counter-Strike, finding those gaps, communicating very well, and that is something that Alter Ego are lacking. They will manage to mount together a pretty nice save in the end, I guess. But ultimately, this is looking like a Lynn Vision Ancient here, and then that Dust2 coming up next is very, very scary.
I would care more about Alter Ego finding those flags if Lynn Vision didn't have 13 and 14k on those players. Like, legit. Like, obviously, Lynn Vision don't go for that push if that's the case, but, like, it's too little too late at this point from Alter Ego, I'm feeling. The buy here is certainly not as advantageous as they would have liked. We're seeing 3 premium rifles and MP9s, and yes, while damage has been done with those, it's certainly not the weaponry that they would have liked. Bentec off the bomb site already, and Zine needs to execute Westmoreland, and he's not able to do so. Drops him down to 26 HP, and that's all she wrote for him. Westmoreland, angle being held, apparently jumping in the air is the new strat here to be able to find out Aidkit as he picks him out the sky. Clay pigeon shooting this time round. They need the backup. They need to come through. From a kit perspective, there's only 2, and that's on Freeman and Benter. They need to be the faces that execute onto this bomb site, and they're all coming from CT. A single choke point that can be shut down by Amelia at a moment's notice. They're deploying here. The spray comes through. He takes down one onto Dobu. The second he swings on out, he needs to be able to get the control, and he does, to be able to spray down Aidkit, who's zoned onto the bomb site, and a Fufu executes Bentec on the spot. It is Lynn Vision's map. Somehow from the depths they dig deep and tap in to that extra level of competition that we know that they can provide. But Lynn Vision, we know I think we're going to be kicking this one off relatively soon, Scriv. Listen, Lynn Vision, this is theirs to lose at this point. Zach is putting in numbers. He was feeling really, really good in that first map. And if he's able to just do it again, I don't see a world in which Alter Ego are able to come back into this one.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm in full agreement. That first map had to go the way of Alter Ego in a number of different ways, really. I think because obviously it was their pick, because Lynn Vision have got the Dust2 that we're now on, and then also as the game went on, Alter Ego were in a winning position. So there's an awful lot there to get through from a mental perspective. So hopefully they can wipe the slate clean. Easier said than done for sure, but we kick off into the pistol here. Alter Ego starting on the CT side and starting with some aggression. It's not a bad idea. Bentec can't quite land the headshot, and it gives Lynn Vision the first.
Actually sub 50% conversion pistol rate here for Lynn Vision across Dust2 in the past 3 months. So it'll be difficult for them to be able to step up to the plate. Dobu going to be able to trade one back, taking out Flying, a Fufu there, but it's the IGL for Alter Ego stepping up to the plate once again. We didn't talk too much about Shine in the pre-game, but he was putting in work for Alter Ego, and let's see if he can do it again here. It's himself and Aid Kit in this 2 versus 2, and oh, Zaka, there you go. Stamp that one and send it home. A single bullet from the P250 to be able to shut down his opposing AWPer, taking Lynn Vision's pistol round 1-0.
We love a good fadeaway to close things out. Yeah, again, you know, Freeman pushing in with the Julies and everything. The ideas are there. It just feels like the Alter Ego guys got a bit of, like, server rust almost. There you go. In the slow motion, it even looks quick. But yeah, I think there is some kind of issues for a few of the individuals not quite landing their shots, not quite consistent enough. And
that's being polite.
Well, yeah, exactly. It is obviously going to cost them as well if they're not able to capitalize. But the ideas are there and the confidence is there, which is good. So they're not just turtling into themselves.
No, absolutely. That is the important thing. That was something that we were seeing actually both sides on that CT side, kind of fatal, of potentially giving a little bit too much respect and maybe being a little bit scared to be able to take those opening jewels on the CT side, especially over towards that A-bomb site eventually. I know we've harped on about it for round after round, so it's interesting to see if the dynamic swaps here, and so far it looks like it is. We're already seeing some mid-aggression here from Alter Ego, getting up into the face of their opponents, absolutely this chip damage on the scout, and wow, it's the jump down from Zine and Dobu looking to do the damage, and it's the recovered AK putting in work here as well, with a backup from Freeman. Flying close range with the MAC-10, but sideswipe straight away. Amelia inside of mid, the solo remaining AK looking to put in work. Molotov not going to connect onto his angle. Got 4 different angles to be able to clear here, and he knows basically where all 3 players are now, so can reevaluate how he wants to approach this one. Up on short, he knows that. Inside of lower, another. Inside of mid, the scout. It's only going to be the kill onto Bentet that is converted. It's 1-1 now. Alter Ego, a fantastic conversion there. And I don't think... No, the AK was grabbed. It didn't look like he was grabbing, but grabs it at the final tip of the round. Lynn execute inside of mid for Alter Ego, much more aggressive as we were talking about.
Yeah, there's definitely some prep here. I think, you know, they are able to crunch really, really well there. Saw a number of moves coming in the pistol that didn't quite work out. Comes together much nicer there for Alter Ego, I think. So, there we go. Game on our hands. Vision not just going to breeze through this one, trying to make long work now. Shine does get one, instantly traded back, however. And that gives them some numbers. They're not going to get too giddy, not going to go ahead of things here. Dobu really does have to be careful playing with fire. It does depend. Amelia, will he check the angles here? It seems that he's playing things safe. Going to spot him out. Oh my god, but it's the scout. It's the scout. You have to be sure of yourself, and look what happens. Dobu finds 3, wins out the round, essentially. If only Amelia had taken a moment to just, you know, switch to the Glock or just get the information and wait for your teammates to come around the corner. Could have been a real round-defining moment, as I guess it ended up being just for Alter Ego.
Yeah, the fact there was no real retaliation as well. Westmoreland does just get taken out of the round by a single bullet to make it. Yeah, we saw the re-rotate from Long as well to be able to back up the T-spawn, but I mean, it was clinical from both. I do hope we get to see it on the replay. I mean, it was a bit of a whiff from Amelia giving 2 opportunities, and Dobu was like, oh, it's pistols. Take you out of the round. So, yeah, a nice one here from Alter Ego. Starting out strong. This is what we like to see from them. Their CT side in the previous was not too bad. As Lynn Vision digging even deeper into their playbook to be able to ensure that it did get shut down. Lynn Vision need to be the aggressors a lot more than maybe they would have liked. Holding inside of mid with Dobu, and it's just this crossfire being set up with AK. kit to be able to back up that. So the sprays are there, the bomb gets dropped. There's nothing in this round at all for Lynn Vision other than the recovered AK. And okay, maybe there's a little bit more than I was giving it credit for. Single tap onto Zine, but with the Molotov going down, 35 HP to his name, only 7 bullets in the mag, my confidence begins wavering.
Close. Not quite able to find the spray down in the end. Yeah, even just one kill there would have obviously made things costly. Torigo actually starting to build up a really, really nice spot here. Plenty of money being made, filling out those money bags. So we'll see here if they're able to keep it going. Lynn Vision, of course, they have struggled economically for quite a while. Even into this round, it's not brilliant. But they will have a workable buy now, and, well, indeed, absolutely have to make it work.
A kit with the AWP in his hands. 4 kills to his name. Already a substantially better start than what we've seen from him across both maps on Ancient. Looking to continue this trend as round number 5 continues. It's Freeman to find that opening kill onto Flying, though, to be able to rip an AK out of the clutches of a Lynn Vision player. Dobu, aggressive angle on this corner, and hopefully he's far enough back, but that suppressor isn't swinging on through. Flash does go out, though, from Bentet. And the AWPer of Zaka taken down. It's an incredibly influential player to take out of the round. Hasn't really been able to get started so far. Dobu looking to repay the favour for his teammate. He plays Flash now. Bentet going to be looking for the head, but not able to find anything. It's Westmelon ripping it clean off his shoulders. Are they going to clear Goose? And as of right now, no. Dobu reveals his position, but not going to be good for the second. Not able to find anything here. Zine, close angle. He needs to be cautious about to spot out anyone on this bomb site, but Westmelon pushes on through to be able to rip him in twain. Now in a 3 versus 2, Freeman and Aid Kit over on that B bomb site on an island, basically not able to commit into this round, and it's Lynn Vision with the full buy, toting down mid. They secure A.
It will be that. A little chaotic, a few oversteps. Dobu taking the swing. Potentially not needed, you know, dedicate to the crossfire. Molotov did come in. It didn't quite reach him in the end. Maybe he thought it was going to. That's the moment for me that stands out. Lynn Vision, though, pretty simple stuff as they get that execute going. Zaka with a massive game so far, but not necessarily needed in this one. It is Flying as well, I think, that we look towards as being a player that needs a bit more presence. So Lynn Vision not going to get away with these types of plays continually. You know, they're going to need that step up from the individuals that we talked about, particularly Zaka, who is yet to have an AWP in hand.
He's got his little brother instead. Scouts available. I think there was an AK on the floor, yeah. He's just going to sell that and recover that instead. Change of pace in the round, it would seem. Sign on long. Back up from Bentet as well. Vision needs to be cautious about taking that approach, as this is a very forward angle. Torigo, both over towards A-Long, and honestly, on Short and Cat as well. They've got this full setup locked down, and Lynn Vision almost a little bit worried of taking these fights. Not wanting to be overzealous and aggress too quickly. Happy to run that time down. What's down back of the mind of Torigo. Butyl being expended. Still quite a bit available for that CT side. Same cannot be said for the T's, though. They're running on fumes with 4 flashes, a smoke and a molly. As they begin positioning themselves over towards this B bomb site, they're gonna need to get back to him. Dobu picks up a food, flying onto the bomb site, flies on to the bomb site and picks up one. With Amelia inside of mid, trading out Dobu, and with Bentet on the rotate from A-Long, he needs to do some damage. With the smoke being deployed, both in window and the Molotov going out, the bomb gets planted, and Lynn Vision look to hold on to this site.
Yeah, absolutely looking to even up the numbers. Aid Kit in towards window, ready and waiting for a head. He spots one out, just can't land the shot. He's trying to buy time. Of course, there is that flank coming in. Fight has to be won. Moves forwards, but loses his life, as does Shine, all down to Ben Tet. I think they have a decent idea of where he's at this point. Kind of a wide swing coming in. Not much that he can really do other than the damage. The round itself is going to be won out. He'll keep the kills coming in, to be fair to him. Get that AWP and get the hell out of there. But Lynn Vision, they even things back up. And a B split to do it as well. They've not been massively popular since this new iteration of Dust2 coming around. There's a lot of the high-level teams that have worked out some decent CT utility, actually, for that B bomb site. But we see Lynn Vision go for the B split, and they make it work.
Econ's not looking great for the CT side, and as such, tactical timeout being called by the Alter Ego lads. Getting vocal in the room. Communication is key in these situations to ensure that Barley can have as much say as possible. Gum going to be using this opportunity as well to be able to communicate with the squad. One thing that we potentially didn't highlight enough of was actually the dominance in that first map between Amelia and Westmelon. We mentioned Westmelon kind of leading from the front, but Amelia was up there with frags as well. Actually top fragging the entire game. 20-16 was his end scoreline. +4 on his KD. Zion on the other side of things for Alter Ego, putting in the work. Seeing a relatively slow start for Flying. Currently 0-6, moving into round number 7. Hoping to avoid that James Bond 007. Needs to have more of an impact. He was middle of the pack in Ancient. 13-11. Can he find at least one? It's going to be AWP right now. Aid Kit finds Westmelon. There goes your IGL. And Amelia closes the gap, but runs head first into an MP9, which punishes him for his hubris. Afufu looks to recover. Bentet on the off angle. Smoke goes down. Can he see above it? Doesn't look like it. Spamming away, and the molly completely shuts him down. Has to fall off. Afufu pushing on up. Aid Kit picks up one in form of Afufu on the bomb site as well. And Zaka is nowhere to be seen right now. Drops over the AWP. Recovers his AK. Nade him through the smoke to see what he can find. Nobody home so far. Multiple angles for him to be able to clear. And as of right now, it's just shooting blindly into the night to see what he can find. Does take down Dovu. Looks to be able to reposition over towards CT as well. But the second that smoke dissipates, Aid Kit is there to shut him down. It's a 4th round on the board here for Alter Ego as they regain the lead. And Lynn Vision, a lot to be desired in that round.
Yeah, Lynn Vision unable to really get past the initial defense, as it were. And that's about as far as they got, was that second to last shot from Aid Kit. So much more prepared on the Alter Ego side for a hit. It can be a bit hard to cross in long. You got to be brave. You got to go for it, especially once you get those cross smokes down. And yeah, Lynn Vision, I think, a bit too much hesitation.
Westmelon, I mean, I kind of respect it, but edge of the smoke was not as deep as he expected. It does get picked off with ease. Fufu and Zaka, the only 2 players really committed into this round. Everyone else has forced one up, but I mean, it's not quite accurate to say that. Freeman completely blinded, still manages to find that kill. Flying picks up his second here as he swings on through to the site with that Tech 9. Bentet up close and personal by window. Needs to be cautious about getting overwhelmed by the barrage of bullets that can come at the hands of the Tech 9. Here comes some of that util that you were talking about, Script. I mean, mollies, flashes, smokes, you name it, being deployed right now. Bentet takes down one. Flying trades it straight back, but the backup is there from Zine. And it's a 5th round on the board here for Alter Ego without the bomb even being planted.
Going to be difficult for Lynn Vision. They are once again on the back foot, once again struggling to get into proceedings here. Seems to be the trend, you know, and not a very nice trend for them of this tournament. really taking a long while, I think it is safe to say, to get into these games. And, you know, you test fate a bit too much, it can come back to haunt you. That's exactly what happened against DRILLAS yesterday. It could happen here. We're still in the realms of knockout and the realms of a alter ego win. And they definitely are not going to go down without a fight. 1 kill in this round thus far for the Glocks is always nice. Any damage is good damage, as an old friend of mine used to say in this type of a situation. But alter ego doubling up. 16 now, looking really quite strong in those rifles especially.
Getting flashbacks. We're seeing an almost simultaneous setup as what we saw over on Ancient, in which alter ego build up this pretty large gap. Lynn Vision then have to reevaluate how they want to play this, take their time out, and start swinging back. But I mentioned it earlier, like, stop playing with your food. Just secure this one. It's a BO3 for elimination from the major. First one in Asia. And Lynn Vision do not want to be sent home this early. Utah being committed over towards the safe offside. Flash goes out, Amelia completely whited. No idea he got swung there by Zion. Westmoreland inside of mid trades Dobu as he gets a little bit too pushy. More Utah being committed here. Flash is working well. This is more like it. The great execute onto this A-bomb site. And now just Freeman left alone inside of mid and somehow gets that kill on Westmoreland. I have no clue how he didn't fire back. Looked like he ran out of mouse mat or something with his crosshair placement. Either way, 3 versus 1. Freeman could look to be able to push onto this one if he wished. Has that economic fortitude to be able to do so. But instead, just going to post up inside of mid. Wait for an over-aggressive push from an Envision player, which is never going to come. And save this. Or not. Or he's going to go for it. Never mind. They just push it. And flying is going to fall to the wayside. Zaka drains it straight back.
I'm not a big fan of that. They actually needed that drop.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Yeah.
Their recon was in tatters, bro. Like, what are they doing?
Well, I mean, you know, it's more Dobu's got no money here.
Yeah.
So Freeman needed to drop him. That's kind of the bigger thing. I think Lynn Vision can afford it a little bit, but yeah.
They don't. Yeah, but they don't have like a backup plan at this point, though. So like, if they lose here, yes, they will have some loss bonus to be able to, I suppose, force up if they really wanted to. But Zaka isn't going to be getting much kills if he finds a number of kills in this round.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely are right. I think there's potentially just the thought process for Lynn Vision. It's a bit more important to take guns away.
Yeah,
you know, a Galil is workable in this round, whereas a 5-7 less so. I don't think they would have had a full-on read on the individual econ, but
no.
All the same, it does kind of have an effect. But I'm in agreement. I think we're still, again, yeah, the level of discipline and all this sort of stuff is still not quite as high as we want it to be.
Mid control being commanded by Lynn Vision right now. As they reposition themselves over towards that A-bomb site. Pretty big commitment here from Alter Ego on this B site. We know that the, as we touched on, buy over to that side of things isn't great. Dobu posted up close angle with that 5-7. Remaining bolstered up players in Freeman and Bentet. M4s, premium rifles surrounding it. But instead of that A positioning that it looked like they were going for due to their utility, instead they gain that full control towards CT. They spot Dobu as he fades into that smoke, and now they go for the push. And oh my good God, no one's cleared Benta. And he takes down one with the backup there from Zion as well. This round has fallen away from them, and utility and economy be damned, who cares? Alter Ego are going to be able to secure themselves a 7th here, with Zaka looking to save himself an AWP, but needs to be cautious on this backline. Can he wait until after time? Can Zion find him? No, he cannot. Gets dropped to 7. And it is going to be the AWP saved. Oh, it was close. Zaka almost taken down. But now he's going to be the only real weapon in this round, a round in which Lynn Vision just, again, waited way too long. It was 20 seconds on the clock when they begun springing into mid, and they were shut down from 4 different angles.
No CT smoke there is crazy. I don't know if that is just misread of the resources and, you know, trying to stick to the game plan but lacking a smoke, or if something was failed. But, like, no smoke CT is just insane, to be honest. Like, when you're moving out mid like that, you see exactly what happens. Yeah, a desperate attempt. Especially to, like, move in with no smoke and then not really check the CT angle either, you know. Yeah, just really not quite good enough. Lynn Vision punished for it. So I think they will be fully aware of the situation. They don't need us to tell them that they have misplayed in that round.
But we're going to tell them anyway. How dare you? They know that they can recover in this situation. This first half is certainly not the way they will. Definitely going to be looking towards that CT side to be able to recover here. First half jitters once again from Lynn Vision. This is a little bit more of a deficit than what we saw, though. That first map. Can they pull something out of the woodwork here with this force buy off the back of the saved orb from Zaka?
The big question, of course. Flash comes over the top. There's a player in pit. They've got to check him. They've got to do so cleanly. One for Shine is pretty good. Aid kit holding things down towards short. Does get traded, but the numbers are being thinned eventually. Slowly but surely. Zaka threads the needle there, but Shine is the unstoppable player at the moment. And he will keep it going. He pretty much finds that kill. It's Dobu to secure it, but yeah, really, really clean stuff in the end from Alter Ego. 8-4. This Dust2 that we were talking about being kind of a shoo-in for Lynn Vision at the moment, looking anything but.
It's a 7-5 half when Lynn Vision are on the CT side of Ancient. The T side of Alter Ego looked substantially better before the half. This time round, it's the CT side in which they're able to do their best work, gaining that lead. Statistically as well, Alter Ego's better side on this map is the T side. Again, we're talking about lower level domestic competition here that they're playing up against. So read into that as much as you will, but clearly a slightly more developed strat book on this T side for Alter Ego. Or just the AK buff, one of the two. Hey, it could be either. Lynn Vision looking for that. Honestly, that elusive timeout that we've come to know and love around about this sort of point. If we see Alter Ego pick up 2 rounds and go 10-4 and then they call a timeout, then maybe this is just like an insane strat from Lynn Vision where it's like, cool, we've seen what they can do in 10 rounds. Now we come back. But that is levels of copium beyond even I'm going to read into.
Well, we'll see. Not over until it's over. Flying. Taking a leaf out of the Alter Ego book here as he looks to get aggressive with these Julies, and he does so a little better. Just got to be careful. He doesn't bite off too much here. A bit more. Oh, and the pillar's work in his favor. That's the bomb spotted, so I think he will pretty happily take that information and pull back. It's all a bit of guesswork here. Freeman, oh, looking the wrong way, and Amelia saves his teammate's life. That is most unfortunate for Alter Ego, but indeed serendipity for Lynn Vision. They will find themselves with a solid man advantage now.
Only taps here for Make It. Tries to pick a hole in this A-bomb site. Looks like the USPS is going to come out on top of the P250. A Fufu, close range, needs to be cautious about the high rate of fire of this block. He's snuck on up there, no clue he's here. Takes down 1, looks for the second, swings on back and picks up a 3rd. Bentet doing so much work as he finds 3. Over on 8. But now in this 2 versus 1, it would need to be the ace for him to be able to secure this round. Bomb, I don't think in tow, no, drops down inside of Cave. Single bullet onto Flying, needs to find the head. Can he get it onto Amelia? And no, it's gonna be the lower tons player. 2 kills to his name from that same position, saving a teammate and now saving the round for Lynn Vision.
Man, that was a bit scary. asleep at the wheel there on the flying end for sure. Bentek goes crazy. That three-piece is out of this world for sure, and it's just a little unfortunate. Given a couple bashes at it, but could not find the head of Amelia. And yeah, that makes a big old difference. However, I was going to say maybe we see something here from Alter Ego. Potentially could have seen him like drop an AK or something wacky, but not really. Ooh, gonna make too much of it. He does have a deagle. That's what he's done. He's gone for the deagle thanks to the kill bonus. It does actually pay off. First head rolling in favor of Alter Ego leaves them with some control. They do have kind of a mission directive here if they so choose, but it's just all about figuring out where they want to go. Maybe make some money on this MP9, right? Would be nice. The round itself still looks pretty damn good for Lynn Vision.
Certainly still in the driver's seat. Even more so now as well, with Freeman falling. That's why he needs to be cautious that he doesn't get caught out here, and he does at the hands of Bentek. But this MP9 has almost been passed around every single player of Alter Ego at this point. Bentek already low enough off the back of those previous fights with Westmelon, so a Fufu jumps on in and finds that kill. It's a 6th round here for Lynn Visions. They begin clawing this one back. Bit of a bonus round for them there as well, off the back of the MP9 frags. Builds up that CT side economy. Gives them that opportunity to have to buy up here and continue building up even more money in the bank. I mean, Afufu and Zaka, well, it looked like they weren't going to buy, but Zaka's like, actually, never mind, I want that M4. Oh, actually, just trades it to Westmelon. There we go. So it is very much a economy building exercise. Let's see what Dobu can do. Flash goes out, smoke on the corner as well. Thinking about swinging through. You can hear the spam of the M4, and he's just going to return fire straight away. No tracers, remember, on the M4A1S through the smoke, so purely off sense alone, he finds that kill. Bentek completely whited. Close range angle for the MP9 does work once again. We've seen it come alive game after game now. Gun is so strong. Immediate close range. There's one bullet in the clip. Needs to be careful about how he wants to retake this fight. It spams through the smoke left, right, and center. Amelia not respecting his opponents right now, just looking to find anyone and everyone that he can see. Freeman picks up one, flying on Westman with the trade. Kit wants to get in on the fun as well, but the A-bomb site is not going to be lost anytime soon. Zine now on the rotate in this 1 versus 2. Eyes on Goose. Smokes soon to be dissipating. Needs to choose an angle that he wants to fight this one on. Needs to be cautious about the audio cues as well. Can pick up the bomb, but I think only a couple of seconds remain on the CT smoke as it does fade away, and Amelia looks towards CT, but I don't think he's spotted anyone out as of yet. No, he's got off scot-free. Zine somehow, Ships in the Night, has rotated over towards this B-bomb site and knows both players are on the A site now. Rotates over, bomb on his back, gets it planted, and now Lynn Vision have got an uphill battle to be able to retake B.
He has certainly slipped through there. Could have a massive effect here. Kit available for flying. Brilliant round that he has had, essentially bringing his team back into the argument. Shine hidden away. Here's all the footsteps coming his way. God, he's so very on it and not ready for him. Oh my, Amelia though. Massive kill, and has to be the player to highlight in that round, right? I think the comical thing over on A is that he's put bullets in pretty much every single spot that the T's were not in through those smokes, you know, hitting the walls and hitting corners, but just created so much space. The smoke is one thing, but, you know, just getting the shoulders out, as they say, and pushing in, having presence, slowing down the T's to allow teammates to come and join him, and, yeah, really well played. And then, of course, the most impactful kill of the round there at the end.
It's a back and forth affair over on that A-bomb site. Could have honestly gone either way. As a smoke flies through the air, we freeze and stare at Flying's lovely M4. And there we go, we're back into the round. Zaka looking for some form of mid-presence here. Flash goes, sorry, nade goes out to clear the smoke, but it doesn't look like it committed and connected into the smoke the way you would have liked. So nothing gained up inside of mid. It's a random shot flying through the air. A-Kit is going to use this to his advantage right now as the smoke begins to dissipate. Mid control completely lost from the CT. Zaka's had to fall back. Molly's going in to be able to block off any sightline that could be afforded. Wow, that's crazy that Xhaka isn't holding CT right now. No one's holding CT or mid. Aidkit has completely slipped the net right now. Does anyone have any idea he's here? I don't think he does. Plat is there. Plat is open. The spam is there as well. But, oh, it is sloppy onto Flying. Flying picks up one onto Freeman as well. Westmelon on the double doors. Manages to trade one back, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Aidkit's still putting in work. No one's killed him. But Xhaka finally, from CT, manages to shut him down. Dear Lord, that was way too much respect earned.
Yeah, so I mean, that's a pretty kind of conventional. He's never going to get away with that again. But usually when you approach mid, you go for that cross smoke, maybe throw a flash or something like that. And he's just taken a full gamble on the fact that it's like, right, if I don't make any noise, no one's going to pay attention to mid. That's usually how it goes, right? So he tries to get away with something like that. Unfortunately, there's not much that he can do with that, not much that the team can do with that. Needed him to clear out that B bomb site, but then you've got no cross smoke for everyone to join you, right? So it gets a bit weird as a overall team macro play. There's maybe not as much as you can do with it as you would think, unless I think he finds, you know, a super clean two-piece on the B-bomb site, which just didn't quite happen for him.
Yeah, I think that was the problem, right? Because there was two players on the bomb site. I think it was Westmelon who was rotating back through double doors the second that Aidkit jumped on through window, and he takes down Flying, and then he thinks, oh, guys, the site's completely clear, but doesn't clear Westmelon because Westmelon's holding that double doors angle and sprays down the rest of the team. So it was very much the timing working out in his favour and against him at the same time. Speaking about timing once again, inside of the corner, Westmelon almost played trigger discipline to perfection there as he hides in the corner, but Zion does manage to check the corner this time round. It is just going to be Aidkit once again, alone here. Only a single frag onto Westmelon to be found so far. It doesn't look like there's going to be much else, if anything, for him. He does have the bomb on his back, so could position himself over towards this A-bomb site if once again he can sneak on through, because the entirety of Lynn Gaming are posted up inside a CT and not in a position to be able to stop him from getting out on site yet.
Yeah, we'll see, actually. This is where the new boxes might come in, if anyone's ready. If he goes for, like, sort of the safe plan. But he's, again, taking a few risks moving around the corners here. We'll be able to get the bomb down at the very least. So, in isolation, kind of nice for Alter Ego, taking another kill with him as well. He's got this smoke to work with. So, he might just get something else. Unfortunately, Flying comes around with good timing to deny that eventuality. All the same, as a moment, it's not too bad. But Lynn really picking up steam here, of course. Yet to lose a round in this second half. CT side taking over. And they are looking to keep it going. The Dust2 that we have spoke about, you know, really, really impressive in recent memory. And now it's starting to come out. Once again, Lynn takes some time. But they are still able to deliver when the chips are down.
Thank God for them. That's where it most matters. You can throw away the early round, it not matter too much. But when you come down to it, the brass tacks is, hey, you need to get to 13. You need to get to 12 and 13 first. And on this current pace, they're looking to do so. It is what feels like for the first time in a long time a full buy from both sides. Economy is equal, weaponry is equal. And there's an AWP in the hands of Xhaka and Aidkit as well. Aidkit, a player who has come alive substantially more in this second game than what we've seen in the previous two maps at all. 14 kills to his name so far. Bentet looking to do some damage over on this A-bomb site up short. But the fadeaway, Xhaka is going to be safe.
A lot of smokes out here across the board, actually. Alter Ego slowing it down. Been going towards mid a lot. So I think even though this is a change-up and the pacing slightly different, Lynn will still be ready for it. It's a lot of pressure on Flying, unfortunately, does get overwhelmed. So, yeah, Alter Ego have read that situation quite well, and the way that Lynn have been playing things. They're not really dedicating a solid player into the mid position. They're playing like a 3-2 kind of setup, and in this round it has come back to bite them in the backside. Aidkit with the round-winning kill forces the remaining two to save. So, yeah, Lynn, a massive hole in their defense has just been abused. It takes a bit of time, but Alter Ego have figured it out.
Yeah, looks like Lynn Vision was semi-expecting someone inside of mid by the double doors. I don't think they were expecting Aidkit's AWP trained on the close angle, but hey, you got to prepare yourself for every eventuality. Torigo bring us back level 9-9. It's the rifle round in which they're able to convert a great split to the B-bomb site as they poke and probe A once again and then change their finishing point. With this, they look to regarner some control. From a CT side perspective, a little bit of a share of the love situation. Dropping rifles to your teammates. Making sure everyone's, you know, not got too much money in their back pocket for the next round. But still ensuring that everyone can have an impact inside of mid. Dobu and Aidkit, this two-man duo. One chuck in the util, one with the AWP. Not able to do too much so far, as the cross still happens on this B-bomb site. The CTs position themselves quite aggressively on Plat. Eyes on a Fufu, though, who, speaking about aggression, has pushed all the way through A-long double doors and holds, waiting for someone to swing into his crossfire. Bentet, trained on the angle, almost has an inkling that he's there. Might have heard an audio cue that someone was stepping up close. Let's put a thorn in their side about how they want to execute onto this round.
Torigo playing pretty well here. I quite like the passiveness that they've started to bring.
Yeah.
Really thinking about their movements. Very, very methodical here rather than a lot of the plays we've seen throughout this series from both teams, honestly, just being super bursty and all about grouping up and kind of the pack mentality. So this is nicer, but also more conventional out of Dust2, right? You wind the clock down, you bait some utility, and then eventually you make a bit of a play. Now, it is kind of a fake out, and thankfully, Westmelon here, we'll see what kind of effect we have. Afufu's come in from behind, he strikes at the perfect time from the longhouse to just distract things away. Amelia, you know, really left out on an island, clearly did not hear them moving in. Comms or whatever overtaking the game sound, and it nearly cost them massively. Bit of timing missed here, unfortunately. Only 10 seconds to get that bomb down, but they should comfortably get the plant. All the same, 2-on-2, where actually for Alter Ego it looked very good for a moment. Freeman is here, but he's not quite set up. They overwhelm him. It's down to Bentet, legend of the region in the 1 versus 2 here. Trained in on the angle, clean spray down for the first, and he gets the second two. Bentet rolls it back to give Alter Ego 10.
Down to 2 HP, but he finds the 2K. Alter Ego commanding the lead there, and a round in which Lynn Vision realistically should have taken. And you talked about timing not being in Alter Ego's favour. Hell, timing not being in Lynn Vision's favour. I have no clue why Zaka decided that he needed to rotate and back up Afufu there. Afufu did all the work. He picked up 2 frags inside of mid, traded his life for it, and then Zaka was like, oh, well, I've been trained on this A-bomb site and locked it down with my AWP. Let me just lurk inside of mid and see what damage I can do. He did absolutely nothing. He got shut down. He traded the AWP for an M4, and I don't even think he got a bullet out the chamber before his head was ripped clean off. I think I would have preferred him to continue holding this A-bomb site. Lock it down. It was under lock and key, my friend. You didn't need to do any more, but it falls the way of Alter Ego. They take a tactical pause as they realise that something miraculous could happen here. Taking Lynn Vision's map pick, a map which, as we've toted time and time again, we've mentioned this is a strong map for them. Load of history here between tier 1 opposition and local opposition as well. Wins and close affairs. Now it's aggression from Lynn Vision once again. This time, instead of respecting this A-bomb site, they are just positioning themselves over towards B, see if they can catch onto this gamble. With no information gained here at all, knowing that cave is clear, and hearing this util committed over towards long, I think the jig is up. They know they need to begin their rotation over towards this bomb site. The smoke goes down into CT to be able to block off that sight line. With a minute and 25, if Alter Ego want to change the pace and move back towards spawn, they can do so. They're going to have a fight on their hands. As this rotate from a Fufu and Zaka as they begin pushing on in is going to be brutal, but Dobu knew that someone might try this. Zaka's got off scot-free, still with the rifle in tow, and Zion on the close angle, taken absolutely loads of space, with A-Kit finding the kill onto Westmelon. Amelia close, looking for the Deeg one tap. Can he find anything? Misses the shot, has to fall back. There's only a pistol to back him up. And I think off the back of that as well, the round is said and done. If they're able to find something on this long angle, if we didn't have Dobu holding down the fort, then maybe Linvision had a chance. There was no way it wasn't going to back up this team that have taken a chance on him on loan for Atox. An 11th round for Alter Ego. 2 away from securing Linvision's map pick.
I think that surprises us all, really. But a very well played round there from Alter Ego. Yes, they're against the low buy, but they know the onus is on Linvision to do something. So they get their long control, and then they just chill. They just calm down, you know. I think that's something that they've done very, very well in this second half, actually, is realizing that, you know, the early rounds, the bursty rounds, didn't quite work for them. Linvision happy to take fights. But when it comes to, you know, trying to get back into the game or figuring out the round, what's going on, they get very restless, the Linvision side. They really do. And I think Alter Ego, that's a good, very simplistic kind of showing of the approach that they're now taking, which is a bit more strung out, a bit more thought out indeed. So let's see what Linvision have got in the back pocket, just the top of the head there towards lower tunnels.
Smoke goes down, but the comm must have been there. The amount of rifles that have their aim trained down here right now. They're clearing every angle known to man. Westmelon needs to hit this double tap on the M4, but no, he gets more positioned. More space inside of mid, looks for the AWPer if he can find it. That's not to be the case. Dobu is going to be the face he sees instead, and he swings on in, ripping the head of Westmelon, who tries to get aggressive. A Fufu not punished this time round for his aggression. Instead, that kill spams through the mid doors. A-Kit finding flying. There's frags all over the map. And as of right now, Linvision don't know where to put themselves. Another kill for A-Kit. He's come into form in this map. Freeman picking up one more, and Zine making it a 12th for Alter Ego. Linvision have a force, and that is it here. They need to be clean and consistent to take us to OT. They had their best opportunity in this round, and honestly, kind of squandered.
Yeah, to be fair, I think there was unfortunately a couple of moments where they've lost gunfights quite close. The timing's just not quite there. It's their first tack pause. Like, the mind
dude, I just spotted
boggles,
that. What
bro. The
on
mind
earth?
boggles. Yeah, absolutely wild. But I think they are, again, just realizing a little bit too late that things are not going well. But listen, man, they look very, very good at the start of this. They won 5 in a row. And, you know, some decent recoveries from them and whatnot on the rifles. Alter Ego, though, just changing up the approach, changing up the strategy. And it clearly has had a pretty positive effect. On that same thought, though, Linvision potentially do have themselves to blame. When it gets like 9-7, 9-8, you got to take a time out then, you know, figure out a round.
Take a breather.
Yeah.
Like, just take 30 seconds. It's fine. Like, you've got a minute and a half in the back pocket to be able to do that with. Make sure you use it to the best of your opportunity. The Fufu close onto the corner. We've seen him get so aggressive on long, and well, this time round doesn't want to tempt fate all too much. We're seeing a shed ton of detail being committed here by the T side to be able to lock down these angles and be a little like an A-Kit can see through there. No thermal scope on the AWP. All of these angles that need to be cleared to right now is committed onto the bomb site itself. Trained on Goose. Looking for some skeet shooting of someone up close. Nobody home. The rotates have come on through. There's a gap in that scope that could be abused here by Zion, and Looks like it might be. Wow, okay, Afufu's being able to cross, and I think he's spotted out information here. Might just want to play close onto the corner, knows that it's already been mollied out. They might think that, okay, they're running low on util, don't want to be wasting it here. That smoke's about to fade, and Afufu, I don't think, is long for this world if he continues peeking like this, especially not with a MP9 from long range. Tap's coming on out. I think it hits him, and it does. So does a chip of that Molotov. Zyme picks up the opener. Immediate. Going to be able to trade one back, and a little bit more chip damage onto Bentep, but that's all we're going to be seeing so far. The spray is so clean here for Freeman. Zaka needs to go ballistic. Someone's been a little bit quiet in this game. It manages to find two. Now flying with the MP9. Such a tall order at this long range against two AKs. No util to speak of. Going to try and reposition. Going to go through CT to see if this will be the difference maker. See if a reposition with this SMG will do the work that he needs it to do. Bentep, aggressive angle inside of this smoke, waiting, holding, expecting someone there. He didn't spot flying. Oh, there he does. Now he does. Oh my God, I thought that was going to fall away from them. Alter Ego, they secure it. A very clean T side after a single timeout. That's all they needed. And they bring themselves back into this series as we move ourselves to a map number 3. We're going to Nuke of all maps.
Yeah, man. I mean, they have been inconsistent at best in this tournament. So, yeah, it still feels a little dangerous to really give them the full benefit of the doubt.
No, for sure. I suppose the big game that people might remember regarding Envision on Nuke was that final map against Greyhound in the last Asian RMR for Copenhagen. That qualification game, but essentially knocked Greyhound off the map, out of major contemplation. They were able to secure that one 13-2, but the asterisk there was that you had Starry and G still on this Lynn Vision roster, and Starry was clear ahead of the competition. Anyway, here we go. Final map in this best of 3. Amelia is going to be able to open us up with that first frag, taking down Freeman outside, and the kill Berettas for Zaka are looking to do some damage. Chip down to 4 HP, and his head ripped clean from his shoulders. Doesn't seem to matter, as flying Afufu and Westmelon all get frags of their own outside, shutting down this Alter Ego push and ensuring that they win yet another pistol round. Lynn Vision lead into the second round.
Yeah, I mean, turning it around pretty quickly there. It actually looked quite good for Alter Ego to kick things off. But Lynn Vision couldn't convert the pistol last time around. You can see Alter Ego pretty confident with the force buy, and actually this is a pretty rare force buy situation for a T-side. A lot of teams would go for the early AKs instead in a situation like this, and maybe you can see why. 8-Kit does drop down and ends up being a nuisance. Shine drops down, and should be able to get a bomb planted, actually. So this is getting a little frisky out here. They've lost the danger man. That was 8-Kit. He'd recovered a rifle. Dobu's in a weird sort of bait spot. So this is an all-over-the-place round, as you would expect from a buy like this from Alter Ego. Shine, he wants a kill. He's trying to bait him in. He's guessed the wrong side. Didn't know Westmelon had crossed, and that's got to be that, surely. So Lynn Vision fend them off.
I mean, I would have understood if it was a sneaky push into decon, but instead it was, I'm going to stomp and swing open the door a couple of times, and maybe I can bait you into a swing. Did bait you into the swing, but a single swift bullet to the head is all that's going to be needed to be able to take them out of the round, and Westmelon says, actually, I'll take that Tech 9 into the future round. That might work out for me. Still rifles across the board here for Lynn Vision. Same cannot be said for Alter Ego, as you correctly pointed out, Square. I mean, forcing into round number 2 means that, well, they're going to be on another force here if they really want it. We're going to be seeing 2 Tech 9s picked up by Freeman and Zyme, respectively. And 8-Kit says, nah, screw you guys. I'm going Hero AK. Let me do some damage. Players to be able to get the loot.
He's had a decent map on the previous, I suppose, so he's feeling himself. He is feeling himself. I think rightfully so. Why not? Give it a go. See what you get away with it. Oh, and there you are. Makes himself known. Pins Amelia down, and will give an advantage across here to Alter Ego, who now have breadth of choices. That was close on the low HP player. That was very close indeed. But they have actually made this work, just completely catching Lynn Vision off across the map. Maybe a chance at recovery here if Zaka can get anything done. One is obviously not going to be enough. I think that will be a save. So Alter Ego have managed to brute force this.
That was a sloppy round from Lynn Vision. I mean, it was great from A-Kit, don't get me wrong, to be able to find that opening pick, but it seems like Westmelon and Flying just die for, what, no reason at all? Westmelon just caught completely unawares inside of Vent. The biggest saving grace is that, well, Fufu gets to save his M4, but that is the definition of everything has gone wrong for Lynn Vision. They only get 2 frags, and it's only on people with techs. They've given over 2 rifles to Alter Ego, and Aidkit gets to keep his AK. I mean, there goes any questions or qualms that you may have had around Alter Ego's economy, because it's just been completely reset by saving these 3 rifles.
Terrorists win.
All right. Let's see then. I like that Alter Ego have got it in themselves again. The force buys, you know, something that Tea Time in particular actually brought to my attention. Of course, going to be on the next BO3 about just kind of the effectiveness of force buys in this region and among the teams, and it's something that the Mongols have managed to pull out into international Counter-Strike, but we're seeing it really, really show itself here in a little bit of an ugly way at times, actually, with just the types of force buys that are being won. I think there is maybe something within the region where teams go, oh, they should be ecoing this round, and everybody switches off ever so slightly. Yep. And they did indeed get punished in the previous. Nice find from Zaka to open up, though.
It's a good call out about that being across the region as well, because it's definitely not this series that we've experienced that in. We saw it playing, and we saw it as well. So definitely something to keep your eye out for. No round is a completely lost round. Let's find that opening kill onto Benta. Another nade to be able to clear out the smoke, and Afufu just continues his spray, both onto Zine and Aidkit, leaving Freeman alone on an island here. There goes any form of momentum they may have had. Lynn Vision once again flipped the switch and ensured that they are back to regimented Counter-Strike, with all 5 players remaining so far. Zaka found the opening with the AWP and is looking to find the final on Freeman as well as he begins his push over towards ramp. Buying this next round for Alter Ego is going to be a little bit scarce. Dobu's going to have some money. Bentet has quite a bit as well. A-Kit can bolster it up as well if he needs to drop some stuff over. So it's just Freeman and Sign who are really struggling for anything really meaningful. Real opportunity for a save there for Freeman. So if they do want to force into this one, it'd be sharing the love, or just having 2 players on pistols and force up. But really nice nade control. That timing there. I mean, it went off. Bentet falls, and then just as smoke as well. Fufu putting in work with main being his domain. A timeout very early. Thank the Lord that we're seeing one early doors. I think it's finally setting in for both of these teams that what this single map means. It's essentially a best of 1 to keep your major lifeline alive.
Well, indeed, the stakes do not get much higher for these teams than that. Nuke feels like it has the weight at the moment. Some slip-ups in places already. Pressure getting to the players in Vision. However, immediately back on. The rifles look good from that, so I think they will be satisfied with the approach. Try not to lose too many force buys, but when it comes to the conventional Counter-Strike and, you know, those replicable rounds is the big thing, they have looked a little better here. A lot of early damage comes in off the back of the nades, but a quiet round from Alter Ego to start.
Last 3 months across big events. Still an innately CT-sided map. 57% all the way on those CT sides, 42. So a couple of rounds here and there for Alter Ego in this first half. Doesn't mean that they're completely out of contention as of yet. We've seen massive turnarounds happen time and time again on Nuke. And if history likes to repeat itself, as we know it does in CS. Can't start counting them out with this one as of yet. Still low doors though. Random be a damn good show. Bentep finds that second kill in the round. Westmoreland taken out instead of a Fufu holding on to main this time. They trade positions. Zaka inside the fence, looking to execute here and now. It's Fufu and Flying who are doing all the damage to lock down this bomb site. Zaka finally deploys, but essentially a stolen kill at this point. Everyone else has already secured the bomb site. Lynn Vision take themselves a fourth. Alter Ego simply not ready for the hold.
Yeah, no utility to break them through. The lack of sort of automatic weapons as well going to have a negative effect. But again, there are some moments in there where Alter Ego proving themselves as capable. I think that they are fighting back well, but you can see Lynn Vision just sort of in their element, man. Easy CT setup, lots of space to take fights, not as much rotational play required and whatnot, so they do look a little more comfortable here. From a CT perspective, quick burst comes out, nobody goes down. It will be an up-top kind of move. Alter Ego towards Hell, trying to make something happen here. The Tech 92, Zaka. Hello, sir. That is beautiful stuff. He will stop them in their tracks, and that should be indeed no real damage done to the Lynn Vision defense.
Talked about Media liking that Tech 9 earlier and picking it up for future use. Handed it over to the AWPer, however. Ho ho ho, you put a deadly weapon into those hands. He's good for the AWP, he's good for the high rate of fire pistol as well. Very, very clean from Zaka. Do manage to take him down with the AWP recovered. Hasn't really lost out any econ. Net worth essentially the same. And with that CT side economy really, really building. If Alter Ego don't start chaining a couple of rounds together here, Lynn Vision are in the driver's seat to continue pushing further and further ahead. You see a big moment from Alter Ego now. It's outside presence for Bentep. Looks to be his aim, and well, he's done that. Now into secret.
Aid kit. Door is open here. He's got a bomb. Just actually watch out a little bit. But ultimately, he can spam away and try and find that first frag. Nothing panning out for him. A uncharacteristically quiet round here. A minute in and really nothing being laid down other than the fact that Squeaky Door is open. It has panned out into a very, very slow one, Flying the first to take a fight. He wins it pretty cleanly down there.
Yeah, there goes your lurk, there goes your beep. You know that it's posted up over towards this A-bomb site, or at least eyes over towards the ramp if they wish, but all these extremities angles are being locked down. Zaka's got ramp on lock right now with the York. Can't see him missing that opening shot. 20 seconds remaining on the clock. Zayn gained a little bit more control where Bentep fell. Looking to burst on through, waiting for that moment. Only to execute. Zaka now going to pick up one of his own, and it was absolutely nothing there for Alter Ego. They picked up 2 kills, but this crossfire being held by Lynn Vision read them like a book. Only 15 seconds. It was a desperation attempt there from the T side. And once again, Econ reset. They fly on into this round and have nothing really in the back. It's 6-1 now.
Counter-terrorists win.
Yeah, looking better and better, man. And these are the rounds, aren't they? This is the moment of the game that can really define the map. And that's exactly what we've seen in this series. Lynn Vision with a comeback required on the first map. They just about get it. Another comeback required on the second map. Couldn't keep that going. And now they are in a position of being in the lead. And I think that that is, A, new to them. It's new to Alter Ego. But it also puts them in very, very good stead, given the evidence that we have that they should be able to get the winning position from a scoreline like this. So I think, yeah, really, really important next couple of rounds for Alter Ego in particular.
Slow start of the round, still players messing around right now. Hero 8 Dogu looks to do some damage. An inkling that Flying posted on up. Flying hears the chip from Dearly here, jumps on through, and well, not going to be able to find anything as of yet. Might have just led them directly into the crosshair. Let's line up a couple, and he does exactly that. Taking down Zine and Dobu in the process. A single bullet is always going to be open to need to be able to rip down those two. Zaka looks to continue holding down Ramp, Bentet, and Freeman. Only two remaining. They rotate their positions over towards B. Audio cue almost certainly heard, right? Flying, posted up just outside of Shadow. Off angle being held. Backside spotted. Freeman's AK looks for the head, but nothing as of yet. Still Flying yet to have an input in this round. Spots out Bentet. Surely it's not a self-kill. Oh my dear lord, it's not. Takes down one. AK recovered. Might be able to get the bomb planted right now if he really tries pushing it, but with the bomb on his back, he might be rotating over towards the A bomb site. Nope. Instead, jumps on through. Smoke. A Fufu might even go for the swing. Respecting his opponent a little bit more though, Bentet has been known to be able to clutch out these sort of situations. Rolls back the years a little bit, especially saw it in that previous map, but not to be the case here. It's Tech 9 once again for Zaka putting in the work, and it's a 7th round for Lynn Vision to ensure they continue holding on to this lead that is just growing and growing exponentially.
Yeah, not looking good. Not looking good at all. Alter Ego down early on. Unable to really get anything going. The nuke just does not look good. A pause comes through, technical in nature this would be, as it is in the middle of your screen, of course, but I think, you know, a potential ice out moment. Alter Ego just need to calm things down. Hopefully not going to be waiting too long here, but yeah, really, really worrisome times now for the T side.
Issues on Zaka's side of things, it looks like, with the ref over there.
That is very true.
Didn't seem to affect him too much in that previous round. I mean, hell, still picking up a couple of frags. I touched on it earlier about the fact that, okay, you don't need to get super down in the dumps if you've not strung too many rounds together on this T side, considering you're playing Nuke. Stereotypically one of the most CT-sided map in the pool. But when does that stop becoming the case? Because it's 7-1 right now. Surely on a T side, you need, what, like 4, 5 rounds for you to be able to be like, yeah, okay, this is fine. We can bring it back in the CT. What is your, what would you say is kind of like the happy middle number for a T side, Scrib?
Definitely 4. You know, I think if they can get 5, they'll be very happy. 4 is like the going kind of number of keeping things doable. If you can get 5, then you're in a spot of like, okay, we had a decent T side there. So that is kind of the one thing to take away from Nuke, is the fact that you don't need loads and loads of T rounds at the moment to be satisfied. So yeah, 5 is the maximum they can hit at this point. So that is also something to consider, that they'd really need to turn the game completely on its head.
But speak from now.
Yes, exactly. And if they can do a bit of that from now, get up to 3 and then maybe lose a round and then they get 4, you know, something like this, they can also be kind of happy with that. But it's just the fact that Lynn Vision have got such a lead so fast that you really start to worry for Alter Ego.
Zach has been almost unmovable as well. 12-3 as of right now. And hell, a Fufu across 9 rounds still yet to be taken down. 7-0. They cannot break the mold that Lynn Vision have going around him right now. We have this ball buy from Alter Ego. Potentially one of the final ones of this half. With Yorp in tow for aid kit. Potentially Bentet looking to boost up his teammate. Instead, just going for the... God. Almost a dry swing there as the smoke plumes at just the right moment. Now you've got to go in to be able to clear out an angle. Taps come on out as outside control seems to be the aim of the game here for Alter Ego. You've got a 3-man setup here from the CT side of Lynn Vision also. But no one wanted to jump first. Amelia takes down A-Kit. There goes your AWPer. Once again, not able to have a stake in this round. AWP on deck. With it being revealed. And there's still some work to do in this round.
Dobu a nice flash. Good find, knows where that second man is, but just can't quite take him down. It's a nice idea, but the timing wasn't super clean, so 4 versus 3 still looks pretty good. Full in vision, Freeman creeping out, trying to find a way on towards this A bomb site, and he may well get away with it. There's action potentially going down.
Up vent.
Yeah, this is a little weird, isn't it? The site itself pretty well bolstered on B. Not spotting anyone, so suddenly they'll say, oh, it might be a bit open. However, well communicated that, you know, Squeaky Door not fully cleared. Westmelon, though, it's a lovely move, isn't it? Straight through the smoke, really, really well thought out here to just get some good space to work with. As the smoke goes down, he's going to be in a perfect spot. His teammates slowly coming in, but they are indeed on their way. Kits are available, so they're not too panicked about time. It's all about finding this opening kill in particular. They don't want to let Alter Ego have the early control to work with. Westmelon's been sneaking all round long. Big find from him. 2 more to go. Amelia works his way out from above. Can't quite find it, but they all come together so nicely. It's a little close on the defuse, but that's exactly how Lynn Vision planned to play it. They'll find number 8.
I will say, though, that was a great mid-round call from Zine. I don't believe that was the true intent of the round, the way they were fully positioned with a lot more people outside to be able to gain secret control and then potentially down to B. Changing that up and saying, well, actually, we've been afforded this opportunity of an open A bomb site. Let's see if we can abuse it. And, well, they do. Just missing Westmelon by a few inches, a few pixels. Think if they find Westmelon on that cross? Sure, yeah, the jig is up. They know that they're on the A bomb site at that point. But it opens up so many opportunities for them to be able to, okay, we don't need to worry about this angle we've just smoked off. We just killed the player. We need to worry about Zaka and his AWP in a different spot. It becomes a 3v3, 4v3, which is the overwhelming amount of bullets coming their way, which was their kryptonite. An 8th round for Lynn Vision. Only a couple remain in this first half. And Alter Ego with the AK and looking to change the pace. Instead of pumping the brakes, they are just going to be running it down towards ramp, holding just inside a trophy, waiting for someone to get a little bit overzealous. And Zaka might be that player as he begins to learn. He needs to go massive. It's 1, but Dobu's there for the trade.
Got a bit crazy here. Alter Ego trying to bring back some of the confidence that they had on Dust2. Tet will catch another on the backside. The bomb going to go down momentarily. A good spot here for Alter Ego. Absolutely have to convert this now. You know, this is a position that they should win from, and they need to win from. Fufu is down quite quickly. The rest of his team not really able to join him just yet, and I don't know if they actually will, to be honest. They're kind of in position. It really all depends on what a Fufu can find. Of course, there's money available here for the CT side, but there is just that element of futility. Nothing spotted out for a Fufu, so it will be a soft save call, an exit call for the CT side. Either that or a super late take. They do give it a bit of a look in with only a few seconds left. Nothing coming up, however. And Alter Ego will get their second. Still a bit more required. They nearly do go down to the bomb there, a couple of them. However, it's all good in the end. Lynn Vision, they'll be able to buy up here, but it's all about stemming this tide now.
Yeah, I do like that Lynn Vision call. They absolutely could have gone for the retake. They knew that they were at that ideal. Extremities and just certainly could have been like the Molotov going down to be able to try and block them off from saving is only stemmed by a lucky unused smoke, essentially. Alter Ego do not have to rebuy up players. Either way, that was round number 10. Round number 11 is firmly underway, and we're seeing a slight change of pace here for Lynn Vision. Hiding away inside of these corners. Alter Ego positions themselves towards the A-bomb site, and inside of the smoke, you have a couple of players just waiting to execute. Fufu does get shut down as he gets caught on the sideline. And now in this 3 versus 5, this is all starting to fall apart for Lynn Vision in this round. And I think the way they're positioning once again just goes to show, hey, you know, we're out of this one. We are not trying to retake in a 5v3.
Yeah, I think it's fair enough. They don't actually have the money available to fully buy up into the next round if everybody goes down here. And the big thing as well, right, is like the difference between an 8-4 and a 9-3 is massive.
Yeah.
So if Lynn Vision are able to get the 9th, I think they'll be very, very happy with that. Yes, potentially could have gone a bit deeper, but as we talked about, the ebbs and flows of the game of Counter-Strike are natural, so you just got to take it in your stride. Try and save here. Looks like it will be a degree of effort required. Actually pretty decent from them. They eliminate the entire T side almost, and I think they'll be pretty happy with that fact. All the same, a big round coming up now.
We're talking about Alter Ego needing 4 for them to be like, okay, we've still got an opportunity here. Simply just away from that point. They've done well to change the pace in these last 2 rounds. They've been much more spontaneous. Approach round after round. We've seen these big ramp ascensions, the they popped out on A as well, just like Dobu's going to be doing something very similar. Fufu waiting to see if he can spot the leg, and the discipline for Dobu not to just swing through. And there goes that discipline. And the Fufu says, "Get the hell off my bomb site," as he takes down both Benzis, looking for another here as well. And it's a one-man army holding down this bomb site. Through the smoke goes Zine, and it's Amelia to be able to shut him down. Aiken ensuring that he will find at least one more kill here, but I think that is all she wrote. There goes the caster curse, me saying, hey, maybe they're going to be able to get this 4th round. Well, there it goes. As Lynn Vision find what can only be assumed is this 9th right now. The only solace is that Amelia, Westmelon, and Fufu can get taken down by a Tech 9 if Aid Kit has it. Single taps to the head would be all that's required, but order the no-scope onto Westmelon. That's one way of doing it instead. Nade into the corner. Looking for anyone and everyone to swing into right now, but they realise, what's the point? It's an AWP. Let's just take him down. A Fufu spams it out, and they find a 9th. Lynn Vision now 4 rounds away from keeping themselves in the RMR.
Yeah, looking very, very doable for them. A fantastic showing there, and a little more of what we expected, man. Finally, we get Lynn Vision in control, playing like a really solid team. So, elements of themselves that I think they will be disappointed in throughout this series, but they have kept the energy up. And it really does become a big thing to consider. There's some very, very experienced players on the Alter Ego side, but can they, you know, keep it together? Do they have that voice within the team that is able to just keep the morale high? Always difficult in these high-stakes kind of situations. Yeah, you come into the tournament and it's like, you know, we're a bit of a ragtag bunch. We'll see if we can get our old boy into the major, haha. But, you know, like, they might not be the strictest and the most serious kind of team, let's say, but once you get into a position like this, you're like, wait a minute, we kind of did want to play a bit more. We kind of did have a time and a map or two where we could have taken an upper bracket spot, for example, or continued moving forwards. And I think to go down 0-2 and to have your last map to be this one-sided would not be the way that you want your major cycle to finish.
I do think it is quite unfortunate because Alter Ego come into this one, like, their Mirage actually looks pretty decent against conventional like competition, and they've just played 2 times bad Mirage, and this is really unfortunate they've not been afforded the opportunity to play it. Either way, we're on Nuke, and it's Lynn Vision who looks to dictate the pace in this round. Zine's going to be able to find this opening kill onto Westmelon as he tries to push on through Squeaky. But it's going to be this B bomb site that Lynn Vision are looking to finish on. Freeman, multiple angles for him to be able to swing on into this one. But it's Zaka and Amelia who needs to be able to close the gap, trying to use that high rate of fire from the Glocks to be able to overwhelm their opponents, and they do exactly that with this 2-man army. The barrage of bullets going down range for Zine and Dobu, and they both fall. Now Alter Ego only have 2 remaining. Make that 1 with Aid Kit in a 4v1 situation. Double digits on the board for Lynn Vision. And now just 3. The momentum they are going to be able to carry from this might take them through and knock out the old guard of all.
Yeah, that feels like the moment, doesn't it? I think the pistol would have been the big buffer for Alter Ego to just sort of close things up and bring it down to a rifle. Now it is pure survival, pure high-octane Counter-Strike. Every single round going to be valuable. And we're forcing! You know, it's painful. It is painful. For me, I think many others like me probably would have wanted to see the eco here and just go straight into the M4s and give yourself the best possible chance. Because if you lose this force, they're going to have 12 probably. Like, it's just kind of crazy. I think you should have gone for the eco here, lads.
The definition of all their eggs in one basket. If they can win this one, they hope that they can win it with pride and with definition to ensure that Lynn Vision's economy is broken for a number and maybe Alter Ego can chain a few together. But so far, not good. We're seeing chip damage onto both Zion and Aid Kit, who have barely been able to retaliate with bullets of their own. And Lynn Vision gaining so much control, it's absurd. I mean, Zaka finds Freeman. Westmoreland is sitting inside a CT spawn. Aid Kit, tail between his legs, is not looking good. Flying a single bullet onto Dobu to take him down, and one onto Zion in the process. This force buy has worked against them. With an MP9 and a scout remaining, A-Kit reveals himself, and without it being a headshot, essentially gives away his life as Amelia swings on through and takes him down from long. It's just Bentet. Some would argue one of the stars of yesteryears from the Asian Sea. And he needs to channel all of his years to be able to win this one. But all it looks like he's winning is an AK taken through to the next round, and he isn't even given that. It's an 11th for Lynn Vision. And with no money to speak of from Alter Ego, we're back again onto the floor. Refuse to go quietly into the night with pistols alone.
Wild. Absolutely wild, if I do say so myself. But look, listen, you're in a position of, like, damned if you do, damned if you don't, I suppose. I don't know. They're just throwing caution to the wind and hoping that the gods smile upon them favorably. And unfortunately, I don't think that's the case. On to the MP9s and the one scout. Another few prayers into this one, a Hail Mary or two, and maybe, just maybe, they can keep themselves alive. However, Lynn Vision are looking for this all-important 12th, right? 9 in a row going to be required from Alter Ego if they lose this one, and that is a pretty insurmountable task. You could get 5 and then lose a round and then get 4 more. You could probably do that, but getting 9 non-stop is not going to be easy, and I think that is what they will require. Westmoreland pins 2 heads so very easily there to give the 5-on-3.
You talk about final nails in the coffin. Well, we just fired 2 nails straight to the head of Bentet and AK. His AK shot so crisp, so clean, almost expecting that close angle. Knows that desperation mode is deep in play right now. It should be able to find Dobu with ease, but it's flying. He doesn't even need the backup of the AK. It's a 12th round here for Lynn Vision as they look to keep their major chances alive against an Alter Ego side which haven't inspired us as much as we would have liked. It was a relatively close affair over on Ancient. Leads that they garnered from desperation and strong attacks fell away. Lynn Vision finally locked in. We moved over to Dust2, and Lynn Vision were looking to close it out 2-0, but Alter Ego, they dug deep, taking those years of experience. Bentet rolling back the TALON years to 2019, the flourishes of those 2 majors. London 2018, Berlin 2019. And Dobu, the ringer they brought in from Atox, is trying to ensure that this is not over. The storybook has not over. Sign swings on through, the last hope. Korean CS spans 1, recovers an AK and still looks to do more damage. This game is not over yet, with A-Kit finding 1 and Westmoreland being left alone in a 1 versus 4. It will be a 4th round for Alter Ego here unless we see something miraculous from the IGL.
Looking good here. Oh, nice nade. But yeah, Alter Ego should be able to hold on to this position. It is just unfortunately really going to be difficult to keep it going. I mean, imagine it does happen, right? And this would be the stage in which to show off. Westmelon slowly creeping forwards. Has to find some very clean headshots. Timing down on them. I mean, that does look good.
If he
Does look very good indeed. We'll see, though. He's getting flanked out is the thing. He's on... Ooh, a timeout. Actually, Aid Kit pulls off. And they're respecting him. They're going to give him the space. So he might be able to isolate a few of the fights, trying to, yeah, just close the gaps. If he had a bit more HP, I would sort of believe in him. It's not really there, and just no time. Down he will go, trying to get that loss bonus coming in. And Alter Ego, of course, getting the fourth.
Securing a fourth round, but still on map series of 8. And cope as they crunch into lobby and read this outside push very, very well. Westmelon does his best to be able to keep himself in this round, but the early chip damage, again, more HP, more time, then yeah, absolutely, I think Westmelon's the man for it. Either way. Go with this. It's force though, because Freeman's still down on this MP9. This chip damage onto Amelia outside, but he still gains that secret control. Soon to be going head to head with Zine in the lower depths of Nuke.
Ooh, Ventet opens up. Could be big here. Could be very, very big indeed. Lynn Vision losing their mojo, of course. You know, it's textbook. You hit 12, you've got 9 to do it in. Of course, you're going to be a little eye off the ball. But always do have to be careful. So I'm watching for this. No way. No way. Okay. He's still swinging a little bit, though. He's pretty confident. Pretty confident. He was right there. He was like, should I do it?
So I'm
should I do it? And then he was like, wait a minute. He looked around. He was like, okay, yeah, I am trying to, you know, battle for survival at the major, to be fair.
Looks at the map, looks at the scoreboard, looks at money. It's like, oh god, maybe not. Please do not spam me on Twitter or any of the social media platforms. I do not want to get flamed. Just, I will fall away from that fight. Bentep managed to find a Fufu, picks up a second one in this round. Amelia is there to be able to trade it straight back, though. There's quite a bit of damage dealt to this Vision side. Time ticking down. It's not looking like they're completely out of it yet, though. Bring it down, now down to a 3 versus 3. Molotov goes down. He doesn't have an angle it's about to fall back on. This is a fantastic execute from Lynn Vision. Bomb gets tapped, no smoke there. Dobu could go for the swing, but Flying hits that one tap. And now it's A-Kit, taken out by Flying. The latest addition, the arms get pumped. Lynn Vision keep their RMR cycle alive with ease here on Nuke. The third and final map that they didn't think they'd need to go to, but they call back to previous renditions of this roster and ensure that